Lucy Hale, say no more. I'm there. Hey everyone, my name is Ryan, and today on the channel I'm going to be discussing a rom-com film called Which Brings Me to You. This film, it stars Lucy Hale and Nat Wolff, and it was directed by Peter Hutchings, and he's done one other film I've seen called The Hating Game, which also stars Lucy Hale as well. Now, what is this film about? It is about two romantic burnouts who attend a wedding and they meet up with each other and they try to hook up, and after a disastrous hookup, they end up in a car together and they're sharing their stories of messy breakups, hardships for the next 24 hours, and then at the same time trying to see with this relationship that they have, talking about their past relationships, if it can work out in the now. I heard about this film when I went to go see Anyone But You on Christmas Eve. Up to that point, I had never heard of the film, and the trailer, it looked okay. Lucy Hale, she really doesn't really make really good films. A lot of the stuff is just average to mediocre, so I really didn't expect a lot from this film. But what I actually did like about this film is I really did like the dynamic of focusing on both these characters going back in the past and seeing their mess ups and the different things that they actually face in their different relationships, going through all the different bad decisions that they made, and just decisions where people tend to get into a relationship, rush into it, and after they've rushed into it, they really start to see the real person, and when they see that real person, they decide to just walk out of the relationship. Really tied into what I would say dating really is like now, because a lot of people, they really do this. They go into relationships, they have high hopes. Sometimes they're going into rebound. Sometimes they're just going into it for a hookup. And this really explores those kinds of things and the different mistakes that both these individuals actually face. A lot of times when you meet someone, do you really know their past? I liked on each story that each character actually told of their hardships and past relationships. We actually get to stop each story and each character gets to comment on what they did wrong or just certain little comments here and there. I thought that that was a really nice touch to the film. And then meanwhile, in between these flashbacks, we're really developing both these characters' relationships in the present day. Now, most of the time we are just spending time with these two characters, and then we get to actually meet a little bit of their past life and learn a little bit about their past lovers. From a negative standpoint for this film, the comedy aspect of the film, there's not a lot of comedy. I was in a small crowd and everyone was dead silent during some of the comedy beats of this film. I did chuckle a little bit and I did appreciate some of the humor. I was really surprised this is a PG-13 movie and there were a lot of sexual references and certain things that happened in the film, and I was like, I'm surprised they actually allowed that in a PG-13 movie. You know how it's going to end, predictable. It definitely has that predictability with this film. However, there were points in the film I was like, are they really going to end it right here? This is how we're going to end it? I really hope not. And I was glad that they faked me out in that moment. But this is definitely one of those films where the ending, you can definitely predict, I would say, towards the end of the film what is going to actually happen. And that's just kind of how rom-coms really go. It has some really good cinematography. You can see shots of the city. It takes place in New York and it was shot in New Jersey. You also have some really good beach scenes. The film is very cute. It's very clever. And I like that the way that the film is actually structured overall. I think it's a film where I can say that I really enjoyed it for a one-time watch, but I don't think it's a film where I really need to rush to really revisit. But I did enjoy the chemistry between the two characters overall, and I can really relate to the different relationship struggles, and I think a lot of other people can as well. You get into a relationship and you just don't really know what's going to really come of it, and a lot of times it can end really badly, and that can really screw you up and really just take you out of really into the dating world and not really wanting to date. So I really did enjoy the fact that they actually go into those experiences experiences and make it a film that a lot of people can really relate to. And I think this is a film that is very special into its narrative, and even though it is predictable at times and can feel a little bit bogged down by just having these two characters, I think it works overall. And as far as a score for it, I would give it a 3 out of 5. However, I want to hear from you guys in the comments. What did you think about this film? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you just think it was kind of meh? And if you haven't checked it out, are you going to check it out in a theater? Are you going to check it out on streaming? Does it even interest you at all? Leave all comments down below in the comment section. And thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys on my next video.